Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. Going to be giving you my player ratings from our 1-0 win against West Ham in the FA Cup 5th round. Dean Henderson, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Dean Henderson didn't have much to do in the game, but he made some good aerial claims in the second half. And I think at some point Dean Henderson will become our number one. I think he's now reliable enough to become our number one because he has got that experience behind him. Because he did endure 2 successful loans with Sheffield United. Before the start of this season, Dean Henderson signed a 6-year contract with Man United. And Juan Basaka, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I thought defensively he was good, but he didn't really get forward a lot. And like I mentioned on my match reaction, Juan Basaka did have a careless moment, nearly scored an own goal with his poor clearance. But I think recently aspects of Juan Basaka's game has improved. Victor Lindelof, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he enjoyed a good game. Lindelof was good defensively. He also had a good chance in the game from a header that was deflected. It produced a fantastic save from Fabianski. I think he palmed it onto the post. Harry Maguire, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Solid defensively. I think he did make a few mistakes though. BBC actually give Harry Maguire man of the match. Alex Celes, I'm going to give him a 8 out of 10. I thought Alex Celes enjoyed a good game. He showed good attacking intent. Defensively he was good. He got into some decent positions. Alex Celes also put some dangerous crosses into the box and made some good overlapping runs. Alex Celes doesn't really play a lot and he hasn't played nowhere near as much as I expected, but don't forget at one point he did have COVID. Fred, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I thought Fred got forward quite well, but I thought his passing was quite poor. But I think he has really improved under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. Nemanja Matic, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he put a pretty good performance out, did Matic. And he helped our centre-halves. And he kept the ball quite well. Matic did actually have a chance in the game, but it was way over the bar. Donny Van Der Beek, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I thought Donny Van Der Beek struggled. Couldn't really find pockets of space, but he did have some nice touches. I had a feeling Donny Van Der Beek was going to start against West Ham. Now, Mark Hughes has said that our players don't trust Donny Van Der Beek. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer disagrees with the criticism with Donny Van Der Beek and praised his performance. Solskjaer's actually promised Donny Van Der Beek more game time at Man United, because earlier on this season Solskjaer made an admission saying that Donny Van Der Beek is unhappy at the club with his lack of opportunities. Marcus Rashford, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. Now, I thought Rashford got dispossessed quite a few times, bit greedy on the ball. And you know, when he gets in front of goal in some games, his decision making seems to be poor, his passing's poor, and his finishing's quite poor. He did have a good chance in the game, you know, he was one-on-one with Fabianski. It was actually a good save from Fabianski. But yeah, I still think Marcus Rashford's really improved under Solskjaer. Mason Greenwood, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought Mason Greenwood looks very, very bright. He did have a chance in the game. Obviously, it was blocked. And made some very, very good runs. He's done very, very well recently, but hasn't managed to get his name on the score sheet. Now, Anthony Martial, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. He didn't enjoy the best of games. He did have some chances. We obviously brought substitutions on in the game. We obviously saw Scott McTominay come on. Scott McTominay is going to get an 8 out of 10. Scott McTominay scored the goal in extra time. It was a well-taken goal as well. It was a good volley from McTominay. That's 7 goals now for him this season in all competitions. And it was a good flick on from Marcus Rashford. So obviously Rashford contributed to McTominay's goal. And McTominay's enjoyed a few good games now at Man United. Edinson Cavani, he also came on in the game. We'll give Edinson Cavani a 7 out of 10. Bruno Fernandez also came on in the game. I'll give him a 7 out of 10 because I think he made an impact when he came on. Brandon Williams, he also came on in the game. I'll give him a 3 out of 10. I thought he was quite poor, Williams, when he came on. Give the ball away in that a few times. And Luke Shaw, he obviously came on in the game. I'm going to give Luke Shaw a 7 out of 10 because I think he made an impact when he came on. So that is your player ratings from our 1-0 win against West Ham. We have progressed to the FA Cup quarter-finals for the 7th consecutive year. And the FA Cup is a priority for Manchester United because it is a chance of us getting a trophy on the board. We are the second most successful team in FA Cup history, you know. We have won 12 FA Cups. The last time won the FA Cup was back in 2016 under the Louis van Gaal era. We obviously got to the FA Cup semi-finals last season, but obviously lost to Chelsea 3-1. But like I said on my match reaction, I don't think it was the best of games. You know, we dominated the possession, especially in the first half. We also pressed well, and like I mentioned, we did have chances in the game. West Ham did very, very well defensively. You know, they made some very, very good blocks. There was a lot of blocks in that first half. But at the start of the second half, West Ham came more into it. You know, they did have a spell. Yeah, obviously they got the likes of Souček on the ball more. They got Declan Rice on the ball more. They got Pablo Fornals on the ball more. And they were committing some men forward. I thought Craig Dawson had a very, very good game for West Ham. Made some very, very good blocks. West Ham got Craig Dawson on loan from Watford. I think Nat Johnson did well when he came on for West Ham. Looked very assertive in his play. Ogbonna came off injured in the first 15 minutes. Yarmolenko also came off with injury. And Issa Diop, he came off with a concussion because he had collided heads with Anthony Martial. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did make 6 changes from our 3-3 draw with Everton. It is the second time we've beaten West Ham this season, because we did beat West Ham in the league earlier on this season 3-1. We come from behind in that game. And I knew it was going to be, I said it was going to be a difficult game against West Ham, because West Ham are enjoying a pretty good season. They are exceeding expectations. They're 5th or 6th in the league. David Moyes is doing well in his second spell with West Ham. Obviously, yesterday night he was reuniting with Man United. West Ham have won the FA Cup 3 times, but the last time they won it was 41 years ago. We have got a very, very good home record in the FA Cup. We haven't lost at Old Trafford in the FA Cup since the 2-1 defeat to Swansea back in 2015. Now, our next game is West Brom away. That is on Sunday. The preview will be coming up for that probably tomorrow or Friday. I'm expecting us to beat West Brom because West Brom are a very, very poor outfit. Relegation fodder. Their current manager is Sam Allardyce. Obviously, West Brom appointed him in earlier on this season to replace Slaven Bilic, because West Brom sacked Slaven Bilic earlier on this season. Solskjaer is satisfied with the progression of getting past West Ham. Obviously, he said it's good to win games, and obviously Solskjaer wants us to get to the final. But Solskjaer is making very, very good progress at Man United. He's got us to the FA Cup quarter-finals. He's got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. He got us to the EFL Cup semi-final this season. Obviously lost that to Man City 2-0. We are sitting second in the Premier League. Solskjaer did well last season in his first full season. Guided us to 3 semi-finals. Got us qualification for the Champions League and also got us third. The second highest we've finished since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. We've been exceptional away from home in the league. We haven't lost away from home in the Premier League. In over a year. We are unbeaten in our last 18 Premier League away games, and we have been winning more games at home recently. But we've been far better away than we have been at home, because all our defeats this season have come at Old Trafford. I don't think we're going to win the Premier League this season. It's looking very, very imminent that Manchester City are going to win it. Manchester City are 5 points clear of us with a game in hand. Solskjaer made an admission after the 3-3 draw with Everton, and he said we shouldn't be considered as title chasers. So yeah, so in that aspect, Solskjaer just totally disregarded the title, but didn't mention the title race, did it? Up until that admission, he was just taking one game at a time. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. So that's like 8 years ago now. The Europa League is also a chance of a trophy. We do play Real Sociedad on the 18th. It did say the first leg could be played in Turin due to travel restrictions in Spain. Solskjaer knows how important it is to get his first trophy on the board as Man United manager. Because we haven't won a trophy now for like 4 years, and a club of our stature need to be winning trophies. Like I updated you recently, Manchester United will wait until the end of the season to begin contract talks with Solskjaer. It says we could hand him a new 2-year deal on one condition. That's if we qualify for the Champions League and still push for the title. Solskjaer has like 16 months left on his current contract. When Solskjaer got the job permanently back in March 2019, he signed a 3-year contract. But you know what? I think Solskjaer does deserve a new contract, reflecting on the progress he has made. And this is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's second full season at the club. He's going to be given at least another season at Manchester United. But I think we do deserve credit for sticking with Solskjaer, because he could have easily have been sacked as Manchester United manager, because we've obviously endured bad periods under him. Reflecting now on Solskjaer's being at the football club, he has gained some managerial experience. He's learnt quite a bit on the job. Man United, is the third club in his managerial career. He's managed over 100 games for us in all competitions. We did appoint Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Jose Mourinho. But performances are improving, which is good as well. Players are improving. Solskjaer's actually improved quite a few players. The summer transfer window of this year is very, very important for Man United, because we know that we need to make more signings. And it's very imperative that Woodward backs Solskjaer in the summer transfer window. Because I think the transfer window Solskjaer has enjoyed so far, he hasn't been backed enough. But like I've gone through with you before, the board has been one of the biggest problems at the club for several years. Reflecting how poor our recruitment policy's been. We've also overpaid for players. And the board haven't backed any of the managers enough that we've had since Ferguson retired. But Woodward's come out several times to show his support for Ole, and he's promised Solskjaer that he will back him. He did say towards the end of last year that he will back him with a long-term plan centred around summer transfer windows. Solskjaer has endured 4 transfer windows as permanent Man United manager. I did say, didn't I, it was a disappointing January transfer window because we only saw one arrival, and that was Amad Diallo Traore. Shouldn't be too long now till we see him in the first team squad. I think a lot of United fans were infuriated with Solskjaer's decision not to bring on Amad Diallo Traore against West Ham. Traore's made 2 appearances for the under-23s. But anyway, Solskjaer did say a few times during the January transfer window that he wasn't expecting any signings. I think Solskjaer, by the way, is going to be handed a war chest to spend big in the summer. I think we are planning on spending big on a centre-half because I think Solskjaer has made a centre-half his priority. I've already given you the 3 areas where Man United need to strengthen up. Solskjaer did say our summer transfer plans could be affected by the coronavirus pandemic. But despite our reluctance to back Solskjaer with transfers, and I still think he's made good signings as Man United manager. He has spent over £200 million at the club. Solskjaer's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended in. Solskjaer is inheriting players from other managerial eras. There's still some players here from the Mourinho era, but Solskjaer's got rid of quite a lot of the players Mourinho brought in. There's not many players here now from Louis van Gaal era. Matt is obviously still here from the David Moyes era. And there's 2 players here from the Sir Alex Ferguson era, and that's Phil Jones and David De Gea. But it's just good now that we are seeing consistency from Man United, because we didn't see consistency for a long time, did we? Let's be honest. Like I've gone through with you before, no one's going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club, and no one's going to last as long as Alex Ferguson did. Ferguson endured 27 years at Man United, won a total of 38 major honours, including 13 Premier League titles. But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. But, we've been getting glimpses of the Sir Alex Ferguson era in recent months under Ollie, because, like I said, the performances have been good. We've come from behind in a lot of games this season. And we used to come from behind a lot under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. I think we made a lot of mistakes in the last, 7.5 years. And that's one of the main explanations why we're so inconsistent. 3 managers have been sacked since Ferguson, Moyes, Van Gaal and Jose Mourinho, and we're not even really known as a sacking football club. And we've spent a lot of money since Ferguson left. We've also spent over £1 billion on players, and we've brought around, 37 players in since Ferguson retired. And like I said to you, Solskjaer has got a decision to make on David De Gea. Because Solskjaer recently warned David De Gea that his place is not secure in the Man United team. But he says no one's place is safe at Man United. They've obviously got to earn their place. David De Gea obviously got criticised. Obviously reflecting on the 2 mistakes he made in the 3-3 draw with Everton. Effectively, David De Gea cost us that game. But David De Gea's been making calamitous mistakes in the last couple of years now. But there has been games this season where De Gea's actually done well, and there's been signs that he's slowly getting back to his best. A few years ago, David De Gea was regarded as the best goalkeeper in the world. He's going to remain our number 1 for at least this season. This is David De Gea's 10th season at Man United, so he has been a long servant, and he's made over 500 appearances for the club in all competitions. De Gea will go back to Spain, I think, when he leaves Man United. Eric Bailly, he's obviously out with injury. That's why he didn't play any part yesterday night against West Ham. And Paul Pogba is obviously out with a thigh injury. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer revealed he's going to be out for a few weeks. And like I mentioned, Paul Pogba is going to be a big miss. I think we recently held talks with Paul Pogba regarding his future. Solskjaer insists that he's happy at Man United, and Solskjaer suggested Paul Pogba could sign a new contract at Man United. Earlier on this season, we triggered that 1-year extension on Paul Pogba's contract, so he's under contract with the club until June 2022. Paul Pogba got voted Player of the Month for January, reflecting on that fantastic goal he scored in our 2-1 win against Fulham at Craven Cottage. He said a few weeks ago that Paul Pogba was considering making a U-turn at the club. That means staying at Manchester United. And he contradicted his agent Mino Raiola for the second time. Now, Paul Pogba could stay at Man United potentially past the summer, but there's also a chance that he could leave Manchester United in the summer. Because he has had a long-running transfer saga. In recent weeks he's been linked with PSG. He's been relentlessly linked with a move to Real Madrid, and there's been narratives of him possibly going back to Juventus. Now, Matias Pogba, Paul Pogba's brother, recently gave us an update on his brother's future at Man United, and he's actually advised us to sell Paul Pogba during the summer if we are to get the money, because his brother mentioned that he's got no intentions of signing a new contract. And he says, we could lose him for nothing in 2022 if we don't sell him during the summer. So basically he's saying the exact same thing as what Fabrizio Romano said, because Fabrizio Romano said that Paul Pogba's transfer away from Man United is still on the cards. Because Mino Raiola has been planning a move for Paul Pogba next summer. So there you go. On my next video, I will be giving you an update on some transfer news, so join me for that. So anyway guys, that's everything's updated today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.